Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, boys and girls, this is the Red Cup Review. Welcome back, everybody. I am your host, Rob Banks, and we are joined tonight by my better half. As always, I got to come up with a new tagline for this guy. The Source Wall with Baz. Baz, how's it going?
What's that? Bringing it back.
Yeah, right? You remember that old thing from back in the 90s, right? From the fucking Ant-Man and Wasp movie. And, of course, after a 6-week, I believe, or 5-week hiatus, he's finally back. The fucking planet, Knick-Knack, Plastic Planet, has come back into orbit with the Red Cup Review. Knick-Knack, how's it going?
Hey, man, it's going really good. Thanks so much, Rob and Bass, for having me back. I think it's only been 4 weeks, but yeah, we've had some internet problems here in the Plastic Planet, but we are up and rolling here. I'm actually broadcasting tonight from the archive room of the Plastic Planet because I had cable installed just upstairs in the normal Plastic Planet area, and it's a freaking mess up there. So we're downstairs tonight. Plus, I think it's a little quieter down here, so there's that too.
And you got a great fucking background going, bro. You got the whole Superpowers Jose Luis Garcia Lopez background with the Pac-Man. I mean, it's like Ready Player One fan's wet dream right there you got going on.
Yeah, you know what? No matter what corner of the Plastic Planet I'm in, it's always good here, man.
It's cool, man. It's cool. You're like the fucking Planet Nibiru of the Red Cup Review, right? You go out, you kind of suck yourself back into space, and then you whip back around for the big deep impact and stuff. It's great.
It's always the slingshot effect, baby. It's always the slingshot effect.
Of course. And what's going on to everybody in the chat right now? We got 7 viewers with us. Everyone's kind of coming in. Make sure you leave a like. Yes, Edwin Diaz, what's up? Stop by to say what's up and leave a like. Of course, as always, what's up, all Kev's Matrix and Marlisa, Maurice, I always mess your name up every week, but it's good to have you back. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Please like, subscribe, and share, and tell all your friends about us. All right, anyways, let's get on with the show. Enough with the nonsense. All right, guys. I'm just going to start off the show with some crazy-ass Mezco stuff right here real quick. I recently got swamped is the word this week with a litany of Mezco reviews that I had to do. I did the first review, I believe, was the homemade Spider-Man Homecoming figure, so you guys could check that out. The second review was actually a review / giveaway of the Thor Ragnarok figure that we're currently doing here on the Red Cup Review. So everybody that's watching right now, I'm going to be saying this throughout the show. You're going to want to watch that Thor Ragnarok review and enter the sweepstakes with us to win this Mezco figure. And also this. Now, here's where the dark cloud rises over. Now, the Red Cup Review's been blowing up. I've never had more subscribers join this page in like a 48-hour period in the history of the Red Cup Review. So this has been a very generous and wonderful 48 hours that wise. However, you don't have all this good without the great balance of life coming in. And that came when Darkseid came in the mail, and I opened him up. And I was like, wow, this is a pretty cool figure, until I pulled him out of the package, and that is what happened right there. The peg of his hand broke on the inside of his arm, and there's no way to get it out. So I contacted Mezco and tried to get this thing fixed. The arm is polystone. There is going to be no way to get this peg out. Like somebody said, oh, take a safety pin, stick it in there, pop it out. It ain't happening. This is hard as rock, or, well, it's harder than plastic, that's for sure. So, anyways, I'm going to give a super quick breakdown of this figure. So I'm going to take you guys can comment anytime you want, but I'm going to keep the camera on me for a second. The Darkseid figure right here is pretty much everything but the head, the hands, and that's it. Just the head and the hands is polystone and or die cast. The legs are all die cast here. Obviously, this is soft goods. The arms are all polystone, and the head. What's cool about the head is you pop the head off, and then you press this little switch underneath here, and then when you pop it back on, he's got the evil light up eyes. Right now, this figure photographs really, really well, but I couldn't give it a super duper Red Cup review because of the troubles that I had taking him out of the package, and the fact that he's 108. See, look, it just pops right off, but that's okay. The peg's still there. It's a $180 figure, and that's just way, way too much money for this figure. They should not have done a polystone figure. They should have kept him plastic, because really there's only way you can tell is by feeling him. He doesn't really look any different, and he comes in this nice tin. So it's a nice figure that photographs well, but not for $180. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and they're totally out of their freaking minds with that. So that's why I had to drop them a crazy score. So if you guys want to see the review on Darkseid, please by all means do so. Nick Knack, Baz, here's my question to you guys. Baz, I know you're a little familiar with Mezco. Is Mezco becoming the EA Sports, okay, of the action figure collecting community? The reason why I say this is because I do a lot of Mezco reviews, and sometimes people think that I'm in, the guy who reviews the item might be in the pocket of the company, because you never want to insult the company that you're doing reviews for or with or whatever. But I'm going to call out bullshit when I see it. And there was an issue that happened with the Catwoman, the purple Catwoman figure. And me and Baz were talking about this in the green room earlier. They charged us all for the purple Catwoman figure. And the purple Catwoman figure got destroyed in transit, right? But they charged everybody for it in full. Okay, so normally what a company does is they ship an item and then they charge you for it, right? Well, that's not what Mezco does. Mezco charges you when the sail barge is coming in or the trucks are coming into New York. They're already charging you. So in transit, the Catwomans all get destroyed and they have to go back to factory and remake new ones. But they charged everybody already, and they're not giving anybody any refunds. So Miss Bell, the wife, goes and buys 2 Catwomans as gifts for myself and somebody else in the family, and they charge her in full, but they never ship it in time for Christmas. So I, call up Mezco and say, hey, listen, got to cancel the order. This is on my wife's credit card. You guys messed up. And they said, well, the only thing we can do is offer you a refund, not a refund. They won't offer any refunds. They just said, we'll offer you store credit. So we're keeping your money. We're not shipping you the figure. It's going to come out now in April or later, and you have to pay it all in full right now, and there's nothing we can do about it. So I say, look, I'm calling on behalf of my wife. This is bullshit. And I says, all right, I'm just going to call my credit card company, my wife's credit card company, and just have them cancel the order if you guys can't help me. The answer I got was, you can do that, and that's fine, but we will delete the account and completely shut down any orders from this point out with them and shut the account down. So you won't be able to order with us anymore through that credit card or anything else, or from that name. So basically what they do is they grab you by the nuts and kind of rake you over the coals and say, hey, listen, you could do what you want, but then you're not going to be able to order for us anymore. So my question is Mezco turning into the EA Sports of the fucking action figure world?
First of all, I just got to ask you, Rob, did that Darkseid hand break off as you were taking him out of the clamshell? Was it like that easy?
Well,
how easy did that thing break?
I took him out of the clamshell like this, right? And when I took his hand and did this with it, see how I'm just twisting it?
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to articulate. I twisted it and it just popped right off. It was like twist right off. So
shit. Basically,
if I had to venture a guess, I would say that because it's just been like 1 degree in New York over the last 2 days, like the high was like 1. No, the wind chill rather was at 1. So I'm guessing he might have the polystone might have gotten really cold and just cracked the plastic. That's got to be it.
That happened. Something similar to that happened with my Sideshow Bespin Luke Skywalker many years ago, and it was during a really bad cold snap here in Denver, and I was trying to manipulate the hands to get the stump. The cut-off hand stump on the Luke Skywalker forearm and just snapped the peg right out, and it was jammed up in the arm socket like yours. But it was Sideshow, and they were very accommodating. So I don't know what to tell you there, boss. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, man, it happens and stuff, man. Baz, what would you do in this situation?
I don't know. I've had no problems with my Mezco experience just yet. I don't buy as many as you. That's probably why. With the Catwoman debacle, I didn't really care because there's no way in hell that I was not going to get that Catwoman because it's a part of my Batman collection. So they charge me the money. Fine, I'll wait. I'm used to waiting for these anyway because I pre-order them. So I'm used to waiting months for them to come in. So them charging me is and keeping it, and then it's fine. It's no big deal to me personally. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see with this Darkseid. I'm a little concerned about the breakage of the hand over there.
Well,
and
I've
the
never
price
had
point.
I know people have had issues with Mezcos before. Like there was a Catwoman leg debacle where she broke. When I saw that, when I got her in the mail, I immediately took the blow dryer to her and was able to massage out the most of the time when an action figure cracks, it's someone just grabbing it and snapping it, or grabbing it and twisting where out the joint part is. Sometimes it's a happenstance like this where it actually is a defect or a matter of weather or something like that. And so I've never had a problem with any Mezco, and I've ordered almost every single Mezco so far that has come out and did reviews on them. So I can't complain about the company as far as their quality goes, because as far as I'm concerned, Mezco quality is top notch. I mean, even this figure, with the exception of that one hand peg, was perfect. I mean, the paint applications were absolutely dynamite. I wish I'd be able to just remove the arm and put a new one back in, but there's no way this is coming out. This is friggin' Polystone. But we'll figure that out. But the issue with the Catwoman that bothers me is, okay, they took the money from you. You're going to get it anyway, right? But what happens when you're ordering like 5 or 6 of these? What if you're a realtor and they're going to take like $700 or $800 from you up front and just hold your figure ransom for like 6 months? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's circumstantial, I guess, you know.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I guess so. But so anybody in the I haven't. We've been going on and on here, and I haven't been able to actually look into the chat. But I don't know what people are basically saying. Like I remember I seen real quick one guy said, "Okay, buy Mezco, like F off." I wish it was that easy for us. Those of us that are actually in the trenches as far as action figure reviews go, and I only review high end stuff, Sideshow, Hot Toys, the occasional comic book, or do an interview and stuff, and usually Mezco. So that's kind of my area. So I got to kind of stay in my lane, but I don't have to eat shit and like it. I could eat the shit and say, you know what, this tastes like shit, but I don't have to like
it. Right. Exactly. Exactly. I don't like eating shit either.
Yeah, no, totally. All right, so that was my main question of the week there with the whole Mezco thing. If you guys don't have anything else to say about that, I want to keep it moving.
Well,
we cool? We ready to keep it moving? Awesome. I guess there's a delay. Are we good? Are we?
Oh, I'm good.
Houston, are we good to keep it moving? All right, we're good. Okay, check it out. I was online, and a lot of people, every year Hot Toys has a new, Howard Chan or somebody from the company does an interview, and I haven't seen one in just about a year. So apparently they actually did an interview last August, and I just happened to stumble upon it now. So for any of the Hot Toy collectors that are watching the show right now, I am going to go over this was on the Sideshow Freaks forum, by the way. And I'm going to go over the questions and answers, and obviously the guests that are in here tonight and anybody in the chat, please comment as you see fit. Fellas, if I'm rambling and you see something in the chat, please interrupt me. Okay. Let's see. Recent release on prequel figures. Is that the way forward? We will continue development in all areas, and we'll explore the idea on some new figures, right? So then they ask, what's in development? Padme is in development. She'll be coming probably, it'd be revealed this year sometime. Episode 5, Han Solo.
No.
Yeah, the angel. You're an angel.
Are you an angel?
So she's coming this year. Episode 5, Bespin Han. Yes, he'll be on the way. And Lando. Finally, a friggin' Lando figure. Those are 2 absolute must pre-orders for me. Hopefully they look good, but mostly all Hot Toys.
Donald Glover? Donald Glover?
No, not Donald Glover, Lando. Which I didn't mind. I actually like Donald Glover's Lando, but the real Lando Calrissian, the
Billy D.
Billy D, man. Nick Nack, what do you think? You interested in an episode 5 Han Solo Bespin and Lando, or what?
I am interested in all the above. Actually, I would love to have a Padme. It depends on which episode. I'd rather have her in her white episode 2 kind of cat suit thing that gets torn by the monster in the arena, and it conveniently rips off into this midriff thing. That's kind of cool. So I would love to have her, and I would love to have a Bespin Han. He has been on my wish list for a long time, and you know what? I actually about a month ago I did a top 5 I think of Sideshow figures that still hold up, and I actually listed my Sideshow Lando as one of those figures that still really holds up nice. I still believe that. I think it's actually a really nice figure, but I'd love to see what Hot Toys does with it, especially if they did a Return of the Jedi incantation, perhaps.
Nice, very cool. Yeah, Return of the Jedi. That's you're talking about him at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
him and his job.
That pimpin' general's outfit. Oh yeah, with the cape.
General Calrissian.
Yeah,
you see, I'm torn. The General Calrissian outfit's awesome, but when I think of him, I always think of him in his blue Bespin gear. You know, his official gear from.
And as you should,
Right. Yeah. So as far as, I mean, I'm not going to get a Padme figure, but if they did do her, it would be nice. It would be nice. I just like looking at things. And just because I don't like something doesn't mean I don't want to look at it. Just because I'm not going to order it doesn't mean I don't want to see fun and new, cool, interesting things. So I would like to see her in her the Queen Amidala outfit. I think that Hot Toys would do a dynamite job with the gown and the face paint and all that crazy shit.
That would be awesome.
The Asian look.
Yeah, the geisha look, kind of.
Yeah. I want a reissue of the Luke from Empire. That's what I want. That would be my grail.
From the 2-pack, right? Yeah, we're probably going to wind up getting a reissue of that too. I'm sure that's got to be in the makings as well. Let's see. Will all figures display be available? Blah blah blah. Okay. Any plans for 1-to-1 products? Yes, under progress. So Hot Toys is actually working on 1-to-1 scale products. Are they serious? Like, what the fuck are they going to charge for this? An average Hot Toy figure is anywhere from $250 for the most part, or $230, up to like $450 for the Iron Man diecast. They're working on real life size Hot Toys.
Are we talking like Yoda here, like small characters like Yoda, or
like a Yoda or an R2 is one thing, and it's probably going to be thousands of dollars to begin with. But if they're working on like 1-to-1 scale Han Solo figure, like what?
Like a Darth Vader, that's going to be like $15,000, man.
Yeah, that's
$1,000 minimum.
Exactly. That's just insane to me. I think that's kind of a waste. Like, there's really, like, what are they going to do? Make 1 or 2 of them? Like, who the hell's going to really be able to buy that shit? Or have the room for it in their friggin' house.
All right.
Okay. Most wanted or oh yeah. All right. Well, yeah, you'd have to be him at least. Okay. Most wanted or best figure so far was a question. Most wanted. Apparently, this is the most wanted requested. According to Hot Toys, this is the most requested Star Wars figure, and that's Luke Skywalker from the comic Dark Empire. So they get that.
That's
okay.
That's
most interesting.
According to Hot Toys, that is their most requested figure, a dark Luke Skywalker figure, which is kind of weird.
Awesome. Expanded
I can
universe.
see them doing it ever since they started with this concept series shit, with the concept Captain America and the concept, what was it? The concept Wonder Woman that they just did, and the concept Iron Man. I could totally see them doing a concept Luke Skywalker. And they're actually they had a new reveal where they showed an Iron Man armor with a Punisher skull on it. So I'm wondering if they're going to start doing comic book figures now, which to me I think is kind of stupid. But I mean, I love comics, but I'd rather them stick to like the movie stuff.
Is that like the Luke Skywalker? Now I'm just like envisioning the comic book cover for that particular series where it had Luke Skywalker and it looked like he was wearing like almost like Darth Vader pleather, like the pleather, the lined pleather that Darth Vader wears. He's almost like wearing something like that. Is that what we're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically he kills. He strikes down Vader.
The Emperor comes back in that.
What happened?
The Emperor comes back in that.
Yeah, it's a clone of the Emperor.
Yeah.
It's a clone of the Emperor, basically. And I guess Luke Skywalker goes to the dark side in order to kill him, kind of thing. I never read it, but I kind of got the synopsis years ago.
Now, I think that this is a bullshit answer personally, but I think Nick Nat could attest to this one way or the other. They were asked what's their best figure so far, and they answered Anakin from Episode 3.
Sounds good to me.
I know you love Episode 3, but
I do.
Would you say that's like what you think would be their best, like the best hot toy? I don't know.
It's up there. It would be in my top 5, but I don't know. It's hard to nail down their best Star Wars hot toy. I don't know. They did a really dynamite job with the Hoth Leia from last year, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, they did.
I don't know.
All right. It says anything else? Thank you, Star Wars fans. Will continue to produce more quality Star Wars product. Blah blah blah, and the regular fan service shit. So to me, the biggest news in that was basically Bespin Han and obviously Lando and Padme coming out. So good shit.
Personally, I would love more comic book expanded universe stuff
from Star Wars.
That's the stuff that I lived off on for decades between movies. So. Like characters like Lamia. Have you guys ever seen Lamia?
What was she from?
She's like from the original Marvel Comics Star Wars run.
Oh, okay.
And she was like an apprentice of Darth Vader, and she had like a light whip.
Oh, see, I don't remember that.
Look her up. Yeah. She took on
Robert, just a fan, asked, what do you think is the worst hot toy?
Krennic.
We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
As far as I don't have a worst hot toy. Like if I bought a hot toy and I didn't like it, I would just sell it, and I wouldn't buy something that I didn't really like and was like totally enamored with from the pictures. But if I had a guess like what their worst figure would be, I don't know. I guess I think like some of the things that they do is kind of stupid. Like when they did the baby doll from the Sucker Punch movie, to me that's kind of like a wasted license. Now they're doing Attila from Battle Angel. That's a movie that didn't even come out yet, and who knows if it's going to be a bomb or not.
Harley Quinn kind of sucked from Suicide Squad.
Which one though? Because one of them got a lot of love. I think the one in her stripper dress. I think that one looks kind of stupid.
Oh, that was terrible. All right, so maybe that one.
Kev's Matrix writes Jamie Foxx Electro or Mandarin. See, the Mandarin was like one of the worst sellers, but it's a dynamite looking figure. But the Jamie Foxx Electro is pretty friggin' bad. I mean, the movie sucked.
Those are great. Jamie Foxx Electro might be the worst villain of all time. Wow.
Robert Just a Fan says Arkham Batman with no posability. I mean, I guess that's possible because he is kind of stiff as far as, but like, you really got to judge it not just based on if you're not much of a poser, but you bought the Arkham Batman, he looks freaking stunning when you're just looking at him. You put him in a slight pose, and he looks really good. So I guess you really can't call that the worst. But anyway, so with these new things coming out, guys, go join the Collector Zone Cantina on Facebook because they got great friggin' deals. Just had to put that out there. He's in the chat right now as well. And moving it along with animated Red Sun movie in the works to get to the DC shit. I'm over the moon for this because that is one of my favorite comic books of all time. One of my favorite trade paperbacks of all time is the Superman Red Sun. When someone asks me, hey, I need to read some DC stuff, what do you recommend? It's like Watchmen, and then Red Sun is like right under that or right under the one under that. So, yeah, they're going to be doing an animated movie of that, and all their animated movies are pretty cool. Baz, what do you think?
Yeah, I like the version of Batman in that. Bizarro is actually aligned with us, right? The United States.
Yeah. Yep.
Like Lex Luthor clones Superman. So basically, what's the premise? The rocket ship lands in Russia instead of America, right?
Yeah, pretty much, exactly. Yeah, it lands in Russia instead of America, and then the Russians pretty much get their Superman, and Lex Luthor works for the United States and keeps trying to build things to take Superman out, and that's where all his villains come from, basically. They're all kind of like Frankenstein monsters of Lex Luthor's. Nick Knack, I know you're not much to keep up with stuff, but I know you're a DC guy. Did you ever read Red Sun?
Dude. You know what? I never read it. I know of it. My local comic book store has that giant Sideshow premium format statue of that particular comic, so I know of it. I just I usually when I get into DC Comics, the graphic novels is usually when the animated version of it comes out. So I will definitely be probably picking that one up. I own about every single one of the DC animated movies. I think they are absolutely fantastic. It has definitely been like the one thing that DC does amazingly well, and I think that's pretty much broadly accepted. So yeah, I'll definitely be watching that one.
Awesome, very cool stuff.
Reign of the Superman come out yet?
Nah, it comes out I think next week. I think it's like the third week of this month. All right, guys, new reveals this week. Hot Toys, put this up. I know Baz just mentioned them, which is why I'm putting it up right now. And we have Director Krennic coming out for Hot Toys. Nick Knack, I'm going to give it to you. What do you think of the Director Krennic Hot Toy figure?
Not something I'm going to spend $200 on.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know. You know what? I didn't buy a Grand Moff Tarkin. So why the hell would I buy Director Krennic? I mean, he was an okay character. I don't have anything. I enjoyed Rogue One tremendously. But it's, you know what, I have my two Rogue One figures. I've got K2SO and I've got Jen Erso in her Imperial gunner disguise. I have no desire to add any more Rogue One figures to my collection, and Director Krennic's just kind of a meh character. I could think of like 5 other Imperial dignitaries from the original trilogy that I'd rather have in Hot Toys form before him. I mean, the guy from A New Hope on the Star Destroyer in the beginning, or Captain Piet, or Admiral Nita. The list goes on and on. If I'm going to get a boring Imperial dignitary, Director Krennic is way down that list.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way, and I love the actor and stuff, but it's not something I'm going to be ordering myself. I don't need a Director Krennic in my collection, but obviously the sculpt is good. It looks nice, and everything else.
Absolutely.
And another reveal this week. I know we're like really
hold on. I didn't get to say Krennic sucks.
Comment. What happened?
All right, isn't that's the guy who Bane goes, what's it called? You think you have power over me?
Yes,
dude?
exactly.
Same guy. Yeah, exactly. If you didn't buy Grand Moff Tarkin, why would you buy this guy? He's a middle management weasel, basically. So why would you want to put him on your shelf?
Yeah, no, totally, man. I'm like, I kind of feel the same way. All right, the premium format Batgirl figure was released, and I think she looks great. Beautiful friggin' figure.
Wow.
We'll see how the actual final sculpt comes out. So hopefully it's not like another fiasco like it was with the Wonder Woman. But she looks absolutely terrific. Paradox Nerd says he's picking up Krennic. Anyways.
Wow, that's a Star Wars junkie, man.
Yo, listen, guys, I actually have to go real quick. I'm gonna have to stop the stream. I gotta go. Something just came up. I will catch you guys in you guys can stay in the green room. I gotta stop the stream real quick. Maybe I'll start it back up in a few minutes. But we're gonna have to leave. We'll start it back up. Hold on, don't go anywhere, guys.
You got it.